Hey, what's up? Nobody's here yet. I'll wait. I'm not doing anything else today. This will probably go on YouTube. So, what's going on? I'm bored, so I thought I'd live stream, maybe answer some questions anybody might have had. If they need help with their car, their project, or whatever. If they had any questions like that. I had court today, so fun. Finally finished the ticket. Donuts in a parking lot, reckless driving. And still was 26 to 34 over is the ticket I pled guilty to with a lawyer. So, fun stuff. I'll wait for people. If anybody even comes. Shit. Nobody comes, I will not upload this to YouTube. We'll see what happens. Go post this on Facebook. Not that anybody gives a shit. Everybody's probably tired of seeing my posts on Facebook. Two people watching. It's probably me and my mom. What's up? No, I'm just kidding. My mom doesn't care. I don't think my mom even knows I have a YouTube. I've mentioned it, but she has no idea how any of that works somehow. Two minutes. Me just sitting around doing nothing. For the two people there, what's up? Hi. Ask me some questions. I'm bored. Turbo questions about your car, my car, turbos in general, setups, anything. What kind of videos you want to see? Any advice you have for me? Any advice you'd like? If you want to shout out, start a channel, anything. I don't care. I'm bored. Let me get something going here. I wonder if when I switch screens. Here, let me do this. So I don't know if it actually still records when I switch screens. Okay, yeah, ask me some questions. We'll go from there. Also, a couple updates. I had a previous project I actually bought a fuel pump for like 2 years ago. It's E85. It's actually the pump I was looking for the E46 to go E85, and it was sitting in my garage unopened. So I grabbed that. Now all I need is injectors, and I should be good for E85. Isaiah Simpson, sorry. Thank you. Yeah, not a lot of people do M54 builds. I actually, a big motivation for my channel was the fact that nobody did. There was nothing on YouTube. I mean, you look, there's things here and there, like, oh, boosted M54 or whatever, but there was no, like, tutorials or, I mean, mine aren't perfect tutorial-wise, but there's not a lot of YouTube channels following the progress of a turbo E46 or a turbo M54 build, and I think M54s are a really capable engine that people don't realize that. I mean, you can get them at junkyards for $300-400. Hey, you can do that with LS, whatever, but these are drop-in engines for the E46. You don't have to modify them. A lot of people do the LS swap, end up with 300-400 horsepower, which is awesome. It's a great engine. I'll give it that, but I mean, you put $3-4 grand into an E46 with the M54 that's already in it, and you've got, a 400 or 500 horsepower capable engine for $3-4 grand. I mean, yeah, 400 or 500 horsepower in a car that weighs 3,000 or less is spectacular. It's great for drifting. They do get a little hot, but I mean, if 500's more than I could ever ask for. After getting a ride in some 1,000 horsepower cars, I'm kind of like, I want more, but I'm 20 years old. What do I need? I'll probably kill myself with anything over 500, honestly. So, I mean, you saw my videos, or if you haven't, go watch them, but I had a ton of fun with like 300 horsepower. So, because I've had a bunch of BMWs, but they're all stock. And when they make like 200 horsepower stock in good condition, and then you go ahead and raise that to like 300 wheel, 400 wheel, 500 wheel, it's a really, really big difference. It's insane. I think these cars really should have come with a turbo stock. If they did come with turbo stock, honestly, they probably would be more known. What sucks is the M54 came out, wasn't turbo. I mean, at the time, you know what I mean? It was a new car, so it was expensive. Nobody wanted to modify them. There wasn't any really good naturally aspirated bolt-on mods, and people weren't going to buy, $20,000, $30,000 car, whatever it was at the time, and then spend 10, 15 grand to put a turbo when you could buy an M3 and have 300 horsepower. So the M3 kind of killed it for the non-Ms, because like for the E36, they had such similar engines, which kind of sucks. I wish we got the European E36 engine. I started out with E36s, but kind of killed it. And then as soon as E46s were starting to get cheap, people were starting to modify them. E90 came out with the N54, and that was a spectacular engine. It still is. And that kind of killed it for the M54. So now, like 10 years later, 15 years later now coming up, the M54 is starting to get a lot of support in tuning, modification, turbocharging. There's a great group called M54 Boosted Build. It's private, so you can message me on Instagram. It's on Facebook. I can add you to it. It's a great page. I mean, there's only like 1,000 or 2,000 people on it, but they know what they're doing. It's it's not like there's a lot of Facebook pages where it's a bunch of people who have no idea what they're talking about. If you have any questions, you'll find an answer there. Honestly, there's people who've built from 500 to 1,000 horsepower M54s, M50s, M52. There's M52s. There's people there that do this every day. I think Alex Fuller, he's actually one of the people who developed the tuning for these cars. So that's pretty cool. I appreciate it. I'm just kind of talking. People are coming in and out. I don't know if I'll actually upload this or not. We'll see. Huh. Getting bored. It's fun stuff. Yeah, I'll keep talking. Whatever. I can't not talk. Sean messaged me. Oh, alright, yeah. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this. One of my friends, John, he went into the yeah, that's what I record on. He's looking at this. This thing's sick. I would love, so it wants 1,000 for it. Damn. What's done to it? Shit. I'll go get it. This thing looks awesome. I mean, I pretty much traded my car with shitty wheels. You know what I mean? It was in worse condition than this, and I had no turbo. Thing looks awesome. Is it a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder? I really wanted to turbo my E30 that I had. I wish I still had it. The guy still has it that I traded with. But it is what it is. I like my E46 too much for all that. That's what's up, man. I'm on my 3046. Last one. The engine was blowing my goals. All-wheel drive. So, oh yeah, that's cool. All-wheel drive wide body E46. So I had that idea too. I mean, it's not like an idea like crazy, but I really want to do an all-wheel drive E46. Where is it? I don't know. Balance's Weakness is the guy I'm talking to on Facebook. So if he can answer that, I'm not sure where it is. It's probably in Indiana somewhere. Anyways, I really want to do an all-wheel drive E46, something like insane. Eventually, someday, yeah. There's actually, and the guy still has it. So it's an M54 B30. It's an automatic all-wheel drive E46 with no title. He wanted like 500 for the engine, but the entire car has 89,000 miles on it. So I could probably pick it up really cheap, tear out the all-wheel drive, tear out, the engine, and then I want to take like a coupe. So like the difference between all-wheel drive and like rear-wheel drive is I'd love to put it in a coupe and do an all-wheel drive manual or even a built auto. But more than likely, yeah, it's really hard to find an all-wheel drive model. So I'd love to, because I have that almost readily available if I had the money, I'd love to tear it out, find like I mean, I already sold it, but that coupe shell, I would have loved to just throw an all-wheel drive drivetrain in. It would have been a little more than just throwing in. It'd be a little more modification because I think the coupe never came all-wheel drive, if I remember correctly. So you have to like modify the trans tunnel. I know a couple people, I asked about it when I thought about it a couple months ago, but I'd love to do a turbo all-wheel drive wide body E46. That would be insane. That would be just like the ultimate track car. I couldn't imagine like racing somebody with that. I mean, I'd be happy with like 350 wheel horsepower and an all-wheel drive car like that, 350 400 wheel, and it would sound amazing. I'd do like a full exhaust, like make it look really nice. And you know, it's money. I have all these ideas. I want to do a lot of things, but money cuts my dream short very quickly. So yeah, it's hard finding an all-wheel drive mod. It's hard finding an all-wheel drive manual. I see a bit of automatic ones go off and on. Around me, BMWs are actually really cheap, surprisingly. Like I see some all-wheel drive models need work, of course, and I don't mind. Like whatever, I pay $300-400 for these cars. I could do it. It's a space thing too. I was gonna keep that extra car I bought for $475, put a fuel pump in it, and daily drive it, but I don't have space. You know, I put it up for sale as a feeler. I got a ton of messages. You know, I wanted it gone. If I had got the offers that I wanted, I was gonna sell it. I got an offer within the day to somebody. Actually, funny enough, the guy I bought the turbo kit from that I'm using, the CX Racing kit, he's the one who bought the car. So that's pretty cool. He has it now. He's going to make it like a drift car or whatever. I had a video of it like driving away or whatever. My phone was dead, so I didn't make a video on that or anything. But he has it now, so it's actually a fairly clean car. If I've had so many E46s and I've had a few E36s, I wish, you know, at the time that I bought these cars, I wasn't as financially stable as I am now, so I had to part them out or, you know, get, you know, go in and out with parts, make money off them. But a big thing always, and even now, is space. I don't have space, so if I had like a warehouse or like a big lot, I would right now have over 10 BMWs sitting. I'm probably gonna pass. I've been offered that car 3 times now. You've been offered, huh? Wonder why it won't sell. I would, I'd buy it too. It looks cool, but what exhaust manifold are you using to mount the turbo? I'm using a CX Racing top mount tubular turbo manifold. It's one turbo, so it's a GT35. It's pretty much a full CX Racing kit. The only thing is I did an M50 intake manifold upgrade, so I can't use the piping. It's actually an E36 turbo kit, but the engines are pretty much the same. Billy said, as I'm talking to him, he wanted me to show you this. You can't really see it. He said E36 is better than E46, but he's wrong, and he's stupid, and I hate him. No. He's the one with the stance E36. So actually, I want to talk about that too. E30 over anything else. I love my E30. If it wasn't so beat, I would still have it. It's a great chassis. But you know, I love taking a ride in John's car. That was one of the best things. It was so much fun. Then why do I have the better car? Billy, you don't. He can't actually hear me. That's ironic. He said that he has the better car, even though that was my car. Anyways, he has the stance, the E36 stance. You know, I'll pull a picture up right now of an update on that car. So I actually sold that to him for $1,300. It has 51,000 original miles. The thing is so clean. He went ahead and cut it up, but I knew that was going to happen. That's kind of an update. He got side skirts. He put the over fenders on, and a couple other things. So thing is pretty sweet. But that was my E36. I paid $500 for that. 51,000 original miles. Car's been sitting. It has like 2 owners. So I ended up selling that to him. I'm like losing my own thoughts on this. But I wish I still had that car. But he has that. I sold him the BBSs as well. I had Style 5s. And then I also sold him a trans swap that is in my S10 that's just kind of banging around, slopping around. Probably broken. There's probably cracks. You know, it's raining. I'm pissed off. I flick the wheel and I hear some thumping in the back. That's probably his transmission breaking. I told this kid to get it out of my trunk. I call him a kid even though he's like 30 now. It's turbocharged though. This guy, dude. Back to turbo kit stuff. So yeah, I have the CX Racing turbo kit. I have that turbo manifold. It bolts on. It's a great turbo manifold. The only thing with that, you have to keep in mind, if you're doing a top mount, you can't retain AC. So no AC. It's very hard. I don't know anybody who has kept it yet because I looked into it. Not that I cared about AC, but out of curiosity, I actually don't know anybody that has retained it. So if you have retained AC with a top mount turbo manifold, top mount turbo setup, let me know. It'd be cool to look. I know for sure you would have to do custom AC lines to keep AC for top mount turbo. So that's why a lot of people will do bottom mount, is because you can keep the AC that way sometimes. It's a lot easier at least. And I think people do bottom mounts on the E39 because there's no room for the top mount. And then some people do it on the early model E46s because they break. I think the brake, like the ABS module and all the brake lines lead to the actual passenger side where my wastegate sits. I have malware on my computer, so I keep getting. Ken wants to chat with you. I don't know who Ken is. It's kind of annoying. So I can't see your guys' comments right now. Let's see if I can move this. Did you have to cut away anything to fit the downpipe? Enough space. So the CX Racing, what's cool with that is it's all bolt-in. You shouldn't have to modify anything. So if you have an E46 and you buy the E46 turbo manifold and downpipe, it'll fit up no problem. I actually did a hood exit exhaust, so I didn't have to modify anything there. I did have to cut. There's a battery tray. You've probably seen it. Right next to the strut tower on the passenger side. I had to cut that out for the wastegate, but normally turbo manifold will sit here, the turbo will sit over here, and then the wastegate will run down under the exhaust manifold, and then the downpipe will kind of already be modified to directly bolt in to your engine bay. So if you were thinking about turbocharging your E46 with their turbo kit, it should be 100% bolt-in. The only thing you would have to do is remove the AC, remove the secondary air pump, and a couple other things. And that stuff can easily be tuned out. AC just completely removed. So if you don't mind no AC, you can make 200-300 more horsepower. I want that E30 Alex had. Yeah, me too. Appreciate you guys coming in, checking out the live stream. It's fun. I like talking about this stuff. I don't like sitting around and doing nothing. Like I said, I had court today, and then I'm starting a new job tomorrow. So I'm actually not doing anything. It feels weird. I used to work at Amazon and a breakfast place, and I worked 7 days a week, and on weekends I worked 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., so I missed out on a lot of stuff. You can't mount a bottom mount turbo with the E46 though, right? Yes, you can. Okay, let me pull this up. So they actually do make bottom mount turbo manifolds. They don't make like a bolt-on kit. You kind of have to source your own parts, but they do make manifolds, and I think you'd have to do a custom exhaust, but you can do a bottom mount. A lot of people actually do it. Sorry, I'm on the boosted page. I'll show you a couple of those setups if I can find them quick enough. And people retain like the yeah, and also if you're doing a top mount, you have to get rid of the water, or you have to relocate or remove the washer fluid reservoir. That I didn't really care, so I always forget to mention that. And some people actually want to get rid of that. Okay, so here is an example. I believe, yeah, okay. So this is what the bottom mount turbo setup would look like for the most part. So that's pretty much what the manifold looked like. I'm not sure, but I think that's an M56 valve cover. So if you're wondering why it looks a little different, but the turbo. So this is a bottom mount. They also have like a mid mount, but the wastegate will attach right here. The turbo sits right here. For the bottom mount, one of the things you have to keep in mind is most of the time you do have to do a custom. And I think you can see here the engine mount arm right there. It's custom made to kind of loop around so that you can fit an intake for the turbo. I've just joined the live stream. Can I have a quick summary of what this she was about, please? What? that she was about. I'm not sure what that means. If you could repeat that, I'm not sure. Sorry, maybe I'm stupid. I've just joined the live stream. Can I have a quick summary of what the show was about? Show. What show? If you could elaborate, it'd be cool. Nothing against you. I'm a little slow sometimes. I was gonna say, I'm talking about he asked, show me, man. I was really debating on the top or bottom out turbos for the E46. So yeah, there's pros and cons to it. Heat, there's nothing big. It's pretty much similar. One of the cons to a bottom mount is turbo restrictions. There's only certain turbos that will fit that setup. You can't go with like a huge turbo. You'd have to do like a mid mount. I know it's not impossible. It's just you're gonna find barriers when going with different setups. So no, never mind. Yeah. So bottom mount, they do make it, but I got to keep the AC here in Texas. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's Texas. You need the AC, buddy. So yeah. In terms of AC, probably custom lines. I'm not entirely sure. I think with the bottom mount, it's a lot easier to retain the AC. Top mount, of course, and the turbo sits right in the way. So, I mean, I would look into more. There should be a lot on the page because a lot of people are in the South and they can't do no AC. I live in Illinois, so I am hot for a month, 2 months, and then it's good. And most of the time, I don't drive my car enough to care about that kind of heat. What about Ligma? I don't know about that, man. It's hit or miss. Ligma. With the E46 chassis, especially, if you have Ligma on it, sometimes it's reliable, sometimes it's not. It really depends. But yeah, no, the chat's I've just been talking about turbo stuff. Yeah, if anybody that's watching has any questions, I'd be happy to answer it. I've, great sources on here, and then I know a thing or two from researching for the last year, and actually building one. And I've been working with a lot of other people. Oh god, now I'm hungry. What is this? The Reaper Burger Challenge. It's hot. Yeah. So yeah, if you're just joining, talking about Turbo E46, Turbo E36, Turbo E30, whatever, Turbo BMW stuff. BMWs are awesome. Yeah. I mean, do you have any cosmetic ideas for my car, like for the future, or what do you mean by that? Like color, any other modifications? I'll just go off that. Yeah, I'm talking to a guy about wrapping my car. So actually, I'll show you the color. There's my first car was a Beretta Z26. It's actually like way on the channel, way back. There's like an exhaust video. But I told myself that whenever I pick a build and I'm going to finish it, I want to wrap the car black rose. So it's an OEM GM paint color, but you've probably seen Adam LZ's S15. It's wrapped black rose. I want to do black rose metallic, which is the actual GM paint color. So there it is. It's kind of hard to see. It's just on a phone screen, but I'll show you different. So that's it in one color. But this is the same exact color. It's almost an OEM color shift. It's insane. So like at night, it's black. It looks really, really nice. And then in the daytime, in certain lightings, it'll be like a cherry, metallic red. It'll be a purple, or really you can see how this is almost like getting into like the red shades. And then this is the same exact car. So I really want to wrap it that. I'd love to paint it, but paint is a lot of money to do it right. And I don't have space or anything to do it. So even here, this is the same exact color. It's just in different lighting. It almost looks just like a red car. So it's an awesome, awesome color. And pictures do not do it justice. Unless you see it in person, you don't know how amazing it looks. It's super awesome. I love doing that. You're doing sunburst metallic orange on the E30. Let me look that up. Is that an actual paint code, or is that just like a paint color? Sunbird, not paint code, but you know what I mean. Metallic orange. Yeah, I'm excited to see your E30 come through. Are you actually coming out here? Because that'd be awesome. Stock GM color. Nice. I used to be a GM guy. Have you ever looked into any of the K64 turbo kits online? They do good turbo exhaust manifolds and cook kits. I actually haven't. I might have came across it. Olive green. Nice. That sounds like fun. I've actually never. Oh, is it like the cobalts and the and stuff and some Camaros? No, that's a cool color. That'll look awesome for the E30. All black everything. Yeah, so like my car is pretty much all blacked out at this point. If I do a black banner, pretty much. I mean, other than the wheels, I really like. Okay, there's a lot of. Have you looked at so the K64? Haven't looked into it. I'll actually Google it in a minute. Cosmetic wise, I really want to wrap it black rose metallic, or I had another car right after that Beretta. I had a track spec Beretta, and I'll pull that up. That was white on white. So, I'm really indecisive, but my plan was always either black rose metallic or a white on white. Let me find a picture, because I just love it, especially with the wheels I have. White on white, just so badass in my opinion. I think it looks so aggressive, especially now that I'm pre-facelift. I feel like it would just look perfect. This was a while ago. This was almost 2 years ago now, huh? Actually, my old car's up for sale, but space, time, and money, I don't have all that. Yeah, it would. So I'll show you a picture of my old car. It's dirty, but it was pretty modified. I mean, yeah, it's a Beretta. It had like a Quaife LSD, a bunch of stuff done to it. Show one more time. I love it. I miss it. It's for sale. It's not this color anymore. It's like yellow or something. It's not too bad. But I would love to do white on white, like a track spec type thing, because I just love how this looks. I did that. I didn't paint it. The previous owner did, but this had like little fender flares, canards, little stuff. Any chance you'd be able to go into details with your build in terms of how everything hooks up and which vacuum lines go where, unless you already have one posted? So I've been meaning to make like an in-depth video for vacuum lines, because it is super intimidating. I've been talking to a couple people about it, because I'll get to a couple comments next, but it's actually super intimidating. But it's actually really simple once you get into it. I'm meaning to make a video, so if you hold off like maybe a week, I'll get into that. Simply put, there's a website you can get vacuum lines, and pretty much there's only a few ways to do vacuum, or ways you have to change the vacuum for a turbo setup. And that really depends on what manifold you're using too, because I'm using an M50 intake manifold, so it deletes like everything. So I just have one vacuum port for the stock fuel pressure regulator, and then I have a port for the ICV, the idle air control valve, and that goes to the intake. So that's done. Nothing else on the manifold. From that, you would go, and there's the blow-off valve. That's going to have a vacuum line going to anywhere where it's seeing boost and vacuum. So I had that routing, or was going to route it to the master cylinder, the stock master cylinder vacuum hose coming off the manifold. That's the only other vacuum line. And then another one would be boost gauge. I had that actually teed off, and this is kind of a bad place, so I'm going to change it. But I added another line, and I teed it off the fuel pressure regulator vacuum line, so that it could see boost, vacuum, all that stuff. So that's for the cold side, which is after the intercooler. Before it, you have the turbo, which depends on if you're an internal or external wastegate. These kits are external wastegate. So off the turbo, there's usually a little nipple, and that is to show boost pretty much from the turbo. That'll go straight to the wastegate, and that'll show the wastegate vacuum or boost. So when it hits a certain amount of boost pressure, the spring will open, and it'll let the excess exhaust gases, so it doesn't spool the turbo up any more than the boost you want. And then in line with that would be a boost controller, pretty much to control how much vacuum the wastegate's going to see from what you have. And so if you have an 8-pound spring, you'll see 8 pounds of vacuum, or 8 pounds of boost, I should say, in the vacuum lines. And then the spring will open pretty much like a piston and let the exhaust gases out. If you have a boost controller in line, it's pretty much going to skew it. It's going to take 20 pounds to open the boost controller, or let whatever amount of boost you need through to the wastegate, and so you'll be making 20 pounds of boost instead. So I will be making an in-depth video. I hope that helps a little bit. This is just me talking, so it's hard to visualize it. I would do a chart and a board and stuff, but I'd rather save that for a video and do it very, very in-depth. Injection, gonna do something with it or just stock. So I have 42.5 pound injectors from ZZP from my previous project. Those were great. I got it tuned for it. The stock injectors on an M54 B25, which is the 325i, they're like 19 pounds. They're super tiny. They're only good for like maybe 6 or 7 pounds of boost, and that's pushing them to their limits. The B30 has, and don't quote me, I think 21 pound injectors. That's the 330 injectors, and those are good for like 8 psi. So I really recommend upgrading the injectors. Fuel pump is good to like 350, 400 wheel, like 10 psi or so is probably the safe range you want to push it up to, but it's not good for E85. So I have a I forget the name. I have a fuel pump good for E85 ready to go in that I had from a previous project that I just found. And then I'm actually going to get Porsche 911 injectors. Don't have the part number offhand, but they're also good for E85, and they're good to like 600 wheel on E85. My recommendation is stock pump, stock injectors up to like 350 wheel. Past that, I would look into a better pump. For injectors, I'd probably go with either 42 pound, the popular sizes are 42 pound, 60 pound, and 80 pound, and then past that, you're going to do some crazy builds. You know, you can go 1000 cc, etc., but you don't need anything that crazy if you're just doing like, you know, low boost setup. Would be epic if you also painted the interior trim white too. Yeah, I've seen that done. I like that. I really like, but I have so like I don't have a picked out theme for the exterior. For the interior, I really like the black and red theme. So I have the piano black trim. This is black leather. I have black leather steering wheel. I have a black click tuning shifter, and then the lights on the dash are red, and then I have AEM gauges, so they also shine red. So I want to do red interior lights, like just footlights, whatever. I've always liked that. And just make it, because it's the black and then the red popping. I think that's awesome, especially because, you know, it's a personal thing. I'd love to keep it like that, even if it's white on white. Yeah, no, there's actually a couple people that messaged me about the vacuum lines and stuff. It's really intimidating. That's the thing about these builds, is they're fairly simple. Like, you know, this is my first time around doing it, and I can already tell people, you know, how to do it, but it's super intimidating. Like, nobody wants to go jump in and be like, you know, do something that seems so overly complicated. It's not complicated. It's just the lack of experience makes it seem harder than it is. Guess you like my shifter in the E30. Yeah. Sorry. We got a new dog and he's just wandering around. Yeah. That E30 was sick. Did you tear that thing apart yet? I know you took some parts off for me. Get a better lawyer, this guy says. St. Charles, what county? I'm telling you, dude, Click makes such a damn good shifter. Nope, and sliding it dropped my stroker and my tube chat. Oh, you actually got it in. Nice. Yeah, another thing. Don't give me legal advice if you've never passed the bar exam. There's a little dog thing. Stop giving me advice. I have a lawyer. There's people telling me on Facebook to, like, you know, I was in a 50 and I was going over the speed limit. My lawyer got me completely out of it. No, not on my record. Yeah. The prosecutor for McHenry County that I got really didn't want to budge. Look more into the law if you don't know what I'm talking about, but she didn't want to budge. And what that means is the lawyer can't do anything. My lawyer literally can do nothing about that. If the prosecutor, if we break a deal and we say, I had a reckless driving ticket for doing donuts in a parking lot. For context, my lawyer said, let's drop it down to a squeaking, squealing tires with supervision, so he can get supervision, and we'll do traffic safety school. She said, nope. And then we tried for, it's a compromise. It's not like these people act like it's like your lawyer can go up there and be made of gold. No, it's a game you play, and your lawyer can only do so much. I have Donahue and Walsh, and they're a huge firm in McHenry. They deal with most of the cases. So, I mean, better lawyer, I paid them to do like 10 cases, and they got me out of 8 of them, and they dropped down one of them. And yes, this was the biggest one, but I don't have a DUI. And it wasn't a DUI. It was reckless driving for donuts at a parking lot, but reckless driving and DUI are category, or in the same category. So if that goes on my record, it's like if I got a DUI. So the difference, there's DUI, and then there's destruction of property DUI type of, or like somebody gets hurt. So there's one that's a felony, one that's a misdemeanor. So I have a Class B misdemeanor, which is speeding 26 to 34 over. Yeah, talk to a lawyer. Don't listen to people online. Get a lawyer. If they think they have a better lawyer, cool. It is what it is. All within 3 months. 55 over was in McHenry, other 2 in Elgin. I had. I'm telling you, click, yeah. And yeah, I got the tube chassis car running on 14 pounds, 1 in the 5th gear. Oh, no way, really? Oh, dude, you gotta send me some pictures and some updates. I haven't talked to you in a minute. You like went AWOL, and I saw some posts on Instagram. I know you're kind of not motivated about it for a while, but I'm super, super hyped to see that you're actually getting some stuff done. I hope you move out here, dude. That'd be awesome. I need some more BMW people out here. I actually got my friend to buy a BMW, but he's a busy beaver with school and his girlfriend. Oil pump upgrade. I'm planning on having 400 wheel horsepower on my 330. Okay, so oil pump. I secured the oil pump nut. I do recommend upgrading. They make some good upgrades. There's one that's, I think it's $400 with the core. Or it's like $350, $400 with the core, and it's a 3-bolt instead of 1 nut. I believe I'd have to look again, but upgrade it if you can. If you have the money and you have the time and the engine's out, or you're going to take the oil pan off, which means you have to drop the subframe, do it. But it's not necessarily needed. Really, the oil pump will last if your car is good. The nut is we have to worry about more so. But that's for higher revving. Like I'm going to be doing for drifting, I'm going to have one tune at 6,500 RPMs. And then for like highway poles, drag strip, I'm going to have it at like 7,200. What type of LSD? I'm actually going to be welding the diff. I'm not going to be running an LSD because the rear end right now is kind of a temporary setup. So I'm using obviously the non-M rear end 346 diff. They don't make an LSD for the non-M OEM. You have to go aftermarket, and that gets really expensive. At that point, I'd rather just upgrade the entire rear end to M3, use the OEM M3, and upgrade the internals of it for a little cheaper. And I'm looking at $1,500 to $2,000 for the whole rear end, which would be reinforcement, bushings, M3 rear end, custom drive shaft, and stuff like that. Yeah. I recommend the M3. The LSDs kind of suck in their stock form. They don't lock up well. They're not good for drifting, and they're not the best for tracking. But for traction, you're going to get a lot better traction than an open diff from the non-M. Yeah, but it can get pretty expensive. You can find a whole rear end for like $900. Weld it in full send. Yeah, that's the plan. That temporarily until I'm snapping axles every day or blow a diff or pretzel drive shaft, that's the plan. Full send. It's getting close. I'm hoping by the end of next month I have it drifting dyno good to go. I'm going to be street tuning, but I do want to put it on a dyno and see how much it makes because I'm shooting for 500 wheel. If you don't know, 500 wheel, 15 psi, E85 is the goal. That's like I'm not stopping until I hit that. That is next month, 500 wheel horsepower. I fixed my wastegate issue. I'm Loctiting that. Also, yeah, if you do go with an eBay wastegate, take the top off with all the bolts. Be careful. Get a vise. Do that spring. And Loctite all the bolts. Loctite everything in that wastegate so it doesn't rattle loose. Because a lot of people have a misconception that moisture will ruin those wastegates and you'll have issues like that. But it's that they vibrate loose. These eBay and CX Racing kits are known for the hardware coming loose. So if your wastegate is rattling loose off of the manifold, like the entire wastegate piece, why wouldn't the entire wastegate be rattling loose? So Loctite that, get that together, and you should be good with the eBay wastegate. I'm going to be running it. Eventually, I want to go V-band, and then because I have it shooting down the wastegate dump, I do want to go V-band and have it shoot out of the hood with the hood exit exhaust as well. So that'd be cool. So yeah, if anybody was curious about eBay wastegates, they should be good. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some issues, but also boost control for vacuum lines. I want to wait for that video because it's going to get really complicated because I don't even fully understand this yet, but you can actually run boost control from your stock ECU, your DME. You need basically just an electronic boost control unit. They're like $40 on Amazon. They work perfectly fine for it. And you're going to actually wire it and route the vacuum lines to your ECU. And in ROM Raider, and I think Tuner Pro has the option too, actually you can control boost through that. So you don't have to go through like a electronic boost controller, manual boost controller. You can actually just control the boost with your tune. So you're doing everything on the computer. You don't have to mess with a bunch of external things. You can just sit on your computer, set it. And what's really cool about that too is they have some options where the boost is lowered until you hit certain temperatures. So I can set it to 2 psi until I hit operating temperatures, and then I hit full boost. And that's just kind of a protection measure. There's nothing too insane about that. People are home, huh? I can send you a few things if you need anything. M3 parts are cheap enough in Ireland. Hit me up if you want. How is shipping, though, from Ireland to the U.S.? Tom?
Aren't you working?
I had court. I'm live streaming, so don't say anything stupid. With YouTube? What do you mean, who? The internet.
I need the apartment.
Do you know how the internet works? I don't think he knows. Yeah, let me know. I've been looking at full rear ends for like 900. I kind of wanted to source different things. What do you mean need to go to work? I start work tomorrow.
Go to work and clean the garage.
Go to work and clean the garage. I can do that. I can clean the garage today. Yeah, court sucks. It's fucking stupid. I'm done. This is my last date. I've been going for like a year. Getting blown up on Facebook, if you can hear that.
Are you almost done with that?
I don't know, maybe.
Because I'm going to play Madden down here. It's football time. It's football time.
Also, shipping shouldn't be too bad. Look at it as a gift from me. Sweet, yeah. Message me on Instagram. It should be linked. I'll let you know. It's awesome because I do need some some M3 parts for rear end. I'm not sure. I have nothing for the rear end yet, so I have to start sourcing and start looking. I'm trying to get the drivetrain, drive shaft forward, or before the drive shaft good before looking into the rear end. Money, I don't have any of that stuff. E30 untuned. I play with the math and timing. I've got it running at first like 13.4, and I said say 300 plus wheel untuned right now. That must be a blast. And an E30, dude. I was around there. High RPMs and a full weight E46, and that was fun. So I could only imagine a E30. Yeah, and shout out to Humbled Customs. Thanks, and everybody else. Thanks for coming in and talking to me. It's been fun. 44 minutes so far. Killing time. Hell yeah. This guy said sorry. I have 2 M3 rear bumpers. Yeah. Also, M3 front bumper or M-Tech 2? I'm undecided right now. I don't know what to do. If you don't know the difference, I'll pull them up right now. You probably know M3 front bumper. Looks like this. And so this is more or less what my car would look like. More towards that, or I could do M-Tech 2. M-Tech? Yeah, boys. I really do. The only thing is price. Yeah, so this is M-Tech, if you haven't seen it. Getting a call. She can wait. No, I'll text her. Fuel system is nutty. 1200cc DPI injectors, Walbro Hellcat fuel pump. I've heard of people doing that. 520 LPH, but I'm also going for 600 wheel. Yeah, no, that's gonna be good for all that. Chow 17, where are you located? I just got the M-Tech 2 side skirts. I'm looking at a rear and front bumper. Maybe rear, more than likely. And yeah, so Alfredo Mendoza, that's what I'm torn on, is the fact that I really, really like the M3 front bumper with an intercooler. The M3 front bumper looks really, really, really good with the intercooler. Like, oh, it looks so good. It just looks more complete, whereas the M-Tech 2 looks a little small. But, I mean, I like the look. That looks awesome.
Nothing special. It's just your kids.
Or no front bumper. I could just use no front bumper. I also have a non-M bumper, but I don't want to keep that. Yeah, like, I just think this looks super. That looks insane to me. It's just so aggressive, but it looks a little odd. It's so, like, weird. Ooh, yeah, you're a bit far, Toronto. My Instagram's actually on my YouTube page. If you go to my main page, it's should be linked there. Otherwise, I'll show you my Instagram right now. It's just Chi-Town_Bimmer. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, I just did. She needs the keys later to close work up. Yeah, I don't know. I might do a poll eventually. M3 or M-Tech 2 front bumper. I don't know what to do. Or no bumper. Or non-M. Sleeper. Did you get a tune yet? I'm about to start my build. So I'm in the middle of, I'm changing my fuel system. I'm tuned for injectors and just like, I have a base tune on. I haven't done any data logging, but me and my tuner are waiting to do a couple more things like set up the boost control, new fuel system. So set up boost control, new fuel system. I was going to loctate the wastegate, and then, yeah, and then new intercooler setup, too, once I do that. Tell the dude from Indiana with the ducks said sup. All right, I got you. For sure, man. Appreciate the follow. See, yeah, okay. Okay, here. Awesome. Perfect fucking picture. I want to do this for the rear end. I really want to do a bumper cut. A little lower down because there's a line, like an OEM line, and it kind of follows the body line. It looks super sick. So I'd cut there, and then I want to do a customer bash bar with a diffuser. I want to cut the trunk space out, though. I think that would look super sick. So after the rear end, I kind of want to do that. M3 bumper. I don't like it. I like it with a lip, like a certain lip. I don't like the M3 bumper as it sits. It needs a lip and an intercooler. Any reinforcements in the rear for the subframe? Getting there. No. It was an automatic car, so I visually inspected it. I haven't removed the subframe, so I couldn't say if there were any cracks for sure, but visually inspecting, there's no rust, there's no cracks from the outside. I'm hoping not to go too long without reinforcing it because I know that's super, super important, but I don't have access to a welder. I don't have the space or time to do that, and it's a lot of money. Locally, people want about $1,500 to $2,000 to do the whole job. maybe less. I think people were asking like around $1,000, and then I'm looking at 500-600 for bushings, and at that point I might as well waltz off to the M3 rear end, but money's not there for that yet, so I'd rather do it all at once. Nice work. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm trying to keep up this stuff. The rear diffuser is insane. I can't wait for my ECU to get in and go out to tune by boost per gear. I wish I could do boost by gear. That'd be awesome. Oh no, yeah, 30, 35 pounds, 600 wheel, no problem. You'd probably be well over 600 wheel. I'm shooting for 500 wheel on 15, but I do have a 3-liter, so I can't remember what you had. Should be fairly easy. These cars make power like stupidly easy. It's surprising. Not many more people do it. Yeah, I remember the precision you got from the junkyard that you rebuilt. Fucking lucky motherfucker. You should have plenty of fuel. It's an M20 B20. Okay. You still have a stock ECU, or did you use E46? So I'm on stock ECU actually. I prefer that. Sorry about any noise at the dog. Stock ECU is really good. I'm not gonna do any piggybacks. Actually, piggybacks tend to complicate things. You have a 99, so you have MS42. That's actually fairly easy to tune. All you really need is ROM Raider, Tuner Pro, and then they just came out with a flasher. It's MS4X flasher. So if you go to ms4x.net, it has all the information you need to tune it from there. I'm pretty sure the AEM 56 or FIC6 is a piggyback, if I remember correctly. And then I have messages popping up again. Yeah, those cars feel great with just a tiny bit of boost. Yeah, that's an understatement. M3 bonnet. Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. It's something to do. I like talking about it. So, yeah, no, that'd be coll. The 330 Ci Humboldt Customs silver. I really want to do an M3 full front end because I have the M3 overs in the rear. I really like the look of the M3, but people want 300 for used fenders. People want 500 for the hood. And then $100-200 for the bumper. I just got a front end. I'd rather just roll them and be good, but I could see the appeal. If you have the money, go for it. CSL trunk is sick. I would like to do that. I would love to. I would love to do a CSL trunk and some M3 stuff, but money. I'm starting a new job, so hopefully things will pick up money-wise, and I could start doing some more crazy stuff. Yeah. There's a guy on E46 Clubs that send him your ECU, and he does everything you want to it. Yeah, there's a few people that'll tune MS42. There's what's his name? So if you go check out Tyler O'Leary on YouTube, he actually has a 99 or a 2000. I think it's a 2000 323. You're being loud, buddy. 323i turbo, and he's getting it tuned by Vlad Belsky, I think, on Facebook. Don't quote me. Great tuner, great guy. Tyler has a bunch of videos on that. So if you guys are interested on 99 to 2000 tuning, go check out his channel. It's if you go on my main page and you go look, there's a link to his channel. So actually, cool enough. There's a guy, and I just helped him out with getting through emissions, and he's super happy. He's like, bro, if you ever need to scratch that drifting itch, I'll let you drift my car at GLD. So maybe we'll get a video on that, because I miss sliding, dude. Legally, I've never slid, so it'd be cool to get on a track. Yeah, I'm trying to stay out of trouble. It's been hard. Yeah, Z3 rear end and 6-speed is important. Yeah, so I'm using the Audi RS4 B5 math. It is a 3.5 housing. So I'm doing reducers, which I hate. I couldn't find the right housing, but it is a like a metal aftermarket housing. It's kind of like a slot math. They're about $100, like an OEM. Pretty much anything you need. The minimum you're gonna want to spend is like $100. I spent like 98 shipped on Amazon. Tyler's using the same math. My tuner likes it. It's fairly easy. All you have to do really to use that is scale it for boost and for put all the information in. I have somebody tuning it for me, so I couldn't tell you exactly, but I know you have to scale the math. Actually, I don't know about the 328 math. I couldn't tell you about that, but I know the B30 and the B25 M54 math is actually the same. The housing is different, and then the scaling or the tune is different for the math. So actually, you could take a B30 math, or you could take the math from a B25 to a B30 housing, and then scale it for boost, and it's good for maybe 8-9 psi. I do recommend scaling because my stock math wasn't scaled, and when I data logged, it was maxed out the entire time. It was just throwing fuel. So it was running really rich, which was good because it wasn't leaning out. It was running great AFRs, but that's because the math had no idea what to do with the boost. It was maxing out at like 1 PSI and just throwing as much fuel as it thought it needed. Where'd you get your turbo kit? Going to start my turbo build next month. What should I do first? So I got my turbo kit used, but it is CX Racing. I got pretty much the full kit used. What should you do first? Any maintenance. So cooling, water pump, thermostat, make sure the engine is stout. I would do a compression test. It hurts to think about, and I really didn't want to do it first, but make sure your engine and trans can handle it. Past that, I would do clutch. I know some people were running stock clutch up to like 350 wheel. Crazy enough. Doesn't seem possible, but I guess somebody did it. I was going to do it, but my clutch was not going to handle it. I could tell when I took it off, so I upgraded. I went to a stage 3 eBay clutch, $280. Works great. It's a $6. I recommend that. But clutch, I would do all the maintenance you need. Make sure you find a tuner. I wouldn't start buying parts until you find a tuner, because if you're doing it yourself, make sure you're capable. Otherwise, find a tuner, because a lot of the parts you buy, like injectors, MAF, and some other components, your tuner might not like. I know there's a lot of tuners that only deal with certain injectors or only deal with certain MAFs. Like if you come and you say, I have these injectors, and they go, I don't know what that is, not going to tune you. So find a tuner first, talk to them, see what they recommend for injectors and MAF. And then, like I said, maintenance, clutch, make sure the rear end is good, make sure there's no cracks, make sure your chassis is actually a solid chassis. Past that, make a list. Make sure you know everything you're going to need. For me, when I started, I thought it was a lot less than I would actually needed. And so as it went on, I started ordering more and more and more. So I would do basic maintenance, get your car ready first. And once your car is ready, reliable, get a budget, see what parts you need, see how long it's going to take to actually acquire those parts. Make sure you have time to do it. So like if it's a daily driver and you're going to try and get it done in a weekend, my recommendation, my advice, don't, because that's not going to happen. It could. I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying give yourself a realistic expectation of time, budget, and what parts and stuff like that. So there's a lot to go into it. Watch my videos. I have a lot of cool little bits you don't usually see that helps out for sure. And there's going to be a lot more videos coming, like vacuum line routing and stuff like that. I want to do some more breakdowns now that my friend Timmy, if you saw the latest video, he got a new camera. I can actually go into it because if you see this is what I use to record, this cracked thing. That's actually, yeah, and this is smashed too. So I use this for all my videos except for the last one, which is crazy. So now that I have an actual camera, I can do some nice stuff. You going upstairs? No, you're waiting. 90 for the hood over here. What? No way. I'll email you later today. That's insane. No, like seriously, I will. I'm not even kidding. I'll Facebook it right now. Facebook Marketplace. If you're wondering how I get all these cars cheap or where I get my cars or parts, Facebook Marketplace. I do not touch Craigslist anymore. I haven't touched it in 2 years. So M3 hood. I'm sure you can find more on Craigslist, but lazy. If I can even find an M3 hood, what does he want? There's a part out. No, it's E46. No, I can't even find an M3 hood. Oh yeah, here we go. $600 for an OEM hood, and this is the only picture he has. He doesn't even have any pictures of the actual hood. It says bought used to install my M3, but ended up not using it. There's white wrap on it. It's originally silver. Pickup only. And it's $600. Ooh, this one's actually $250, and it has damage. Significant damage. If you have damage under the kidney grills, the hood's pretty much done for. It's kind of a pain in the ass to fix that. Yeah, I used to use OfferUp. I'm pretty lazy now. I look on Facebook once a week or so, and I type in BMW, look through. If there's nothing cheap, I move on. But I have a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people, and I help a lot of people out. So what ends up happening is I get sent everything. They'll be like, "Well, look at this, it's super cheap," and I go, "Okay, I'll go get it." That's what happened with the black car. Actually, I found that one, but I had a friend go look at it, go do all that good stuff. Yeah, over in the U.S., 600 USD for a used hood for an M3. I mean, that's about all I've found so far. Non-M parts are super cheap out here, but M3 parts are like gold to people. For diffs like 100, 200 bucks. M3, everything except for the front bumper because that's remanufactured. It's they sell a bunch of cheap ones for like 100 bucks. So that's also a thing with the M-Tech versus M3 is the M-Tech 2 bumper is actually like almost $300 shipped, whereas the M3 bumper, which is a little cheaper made, but it's so mass produced, it's cheaper. For about 100 bucks, 150 bucks. So I've been looking used for M3 bumpers locally. I don't like getting big stuff shipped, so if I can find an M-Tech 2 locally. Yeah, I might be ending the stream soon, but I had a good time. I'm glad everybody's come out and talk. I think we've had a healthy discussion. I'll probably upload this to YouTube, so if anybody else wants to watch it, definitely. So if you guys have any more questions, I'm probably going to stay up for another like 10 minutes or so. Yeah, back to Chase Focus. So you said your math max at 5K RPMs. Is it maxing out like for flow rates like 1080, whatever? Mine maxed out at like 3K. You might have to rescale it if it's not scaled. Because there's a trick where you can double it. So from 1080, or no, it's like 1040. You can flip it to 20. It's like 1014 or 1018 or something. You can flip it to like 2040 or something like that for flow rate. So you can actually like trick the ECU to letting that math read better flow, and then you scale it for the boost, and you can get it pretty far. There's some forums on doing that, I believe. I know a couple people using the stock math up to like 10 psi. The volt max I did solder on the resistor. First it maxed at 3500. Yeah. I haven't messed with the stock math too much. I kind of just threw it together and drove it, so I couldn't tell you exactly. Could I run a 330 math on my 328 for more fuel? No, I don't think you can interchange them because you have a different ECU. The MS42 is 328 and 330 is MS43. I don't think it would communicate. You're better off spending like $100 to upgrade it, honestly. And for more fuel, do you mean like because I had mine and it was overfueling? My recommendation: get a tune and do it right. I really need to do compression check because I drove my car for like a week with no tune and no AFRs. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know how much boost it was hitting. So the engine pulls like a freight train though. So I'm sure it's healthy. Yeah, if you want to message me, if you have a Facebook, I can add you to M54 boosted builds. If you post up any questions like that, that is the place to get an answer. That is, if you have a question, if somebody there doesn't know it, they will figure it out, because if they don't know it, they're going to wonder why they don't know it. So I could add you if you have Facebook. Facebook's a great source of information. Actually, I'm more of a Facebook guy than like Instagram and stuff. I'm on a ton of pages. M54 boosted builds is the page, but it's private, so you will have to get an invite. I'm glad it's private, but yeah. So this is the group. It's awesome. There's tons. I mean, you scroll through and you just see so much good information. Like and what's nice too, if you have any questions, please don't go post it. Go search it first, because if you type in like fuel pump, wonder what kind of fuel pump you want to use. Boom, there's all the posts that have fuel pump in it. Or like 328i math might be information on that. Nothing specific. So like, yeah, I mean, if there's no specific answer, you could ask the question. It's probably anything, but
We're gonna answer this again.
yeah. Oh yeah. If you don't ask again, this thing's insane. M62 supercharger on a E46. It's crazy. The M54 Boosted Pager group, it's a group, and it's pretty much just a place for exchanging information about M54 boosted builds. I mean, yeah. So like if you have a turbo E46, even turbo E36s and stuff, it's a place. It has no specific reasoning except information. So you go there to look for information, you go there to ask questions, but make sure it's related. Don't ask like, why is my car overheating? It's not the place to ask that, in my opinion. That's just a disclaimer, because they're probably going to kick you from the group if you go on and ask something stupid. Just got a message, probably from one of you guys. What's the group name? Here, I'll add you right now. I have to actually physically add you because it is closed group, so invite. I might have to wait because I just accepted your friend request. I'm not sure if I can add you right away. It's loading right now, so I'll add you as soon as I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Larson. Oh, I spelled your name wrong. Oscar. Okay, no, I spelled your name wrong. That's my bad. I don't know how to spell. Okay, yeah. Whoever just messaged me, Oscar. I added you to the group. I invited you. You have to join. And you should be in. So I mean, just scroll through if you have any need. Yeah, so M54 Boots Group is just about to go E46s, E36s, stuff like that. Ask questions after spending 15 hours doing research, digging through data. Yeah. 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 Facebook Humboldt Customs. I'll look you up. Is that just a page, or is that? It's a page. Humboldt Customs or Humboldt Customs? Yeah, I'm not seeing something come up. I searched this. I don't see anything. Humble Customs came up. Humble Performance, Street Weapons. But that's just because Humble Engineering came up. It's actually, so I work with Street Weapons LLC, and there's a company named Humble Engineering that makes parts for them. So. Yeah, stay tuned for another video. I'm not sure what's next. I'm kind of all over the place with videos. But definitely, I'm probably going to do that vacuum line next. Fuel pump install, MAF install, and wiring. These are all videos that I'm planning on doing. Drifting for sure. I want to slide the hell out of my E46. I want to go to the drive strip, dyno video, pretty much anything I could do with this car. I'd like to push it to its limits, see what it'll do, and post it to YouTube. Oh, and thank you guys so much for 700 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please go subscribe. If you are subscribed, Thank you, because I just hit 700. I hit 700 yesterday. I'm pretty sure. That's crazy. I think that's really due to one of my videos. The full boost video is getting really good views right now. It's going up maybe 100, 200 views a day. So that's boosting up. It's almost at 2,700, I think, at this point. So that's doing very well. That might be where a lot of my subs are coming from. I know it's an accumulation of all the videos. The more I upload, the more things are coming through. And if you have any questions about M50 intake manifold, I have a video on that. I actually do have a video. It's about 18 minutes long. Should you turbo your E46? That has a ton of good information. What are you getting into, buddy? Oh, Tom. Do you see what he's doing? He's staring at you while he's peeing on the floor. Oh, he stepped in it. The disrespect. Tom, I thought you said you didn't pee in the house. My Facebook is my name. I'll show you right now.
Bad.
Oh, yeah, you're Chase Focus. Not you. Oscar. Sorry, I missed where you said your channel name. Awesome. Added you to the group. Dog peed on the floor. It's not my floor, so I think it's funny. Humble, what's your Facebook? You'll add me. Okay, here. This is my Facebook. ALEXNADOLSKI. I have a lot of people on there. I talk a lot about BMW, so I don't mind adding anybody that wants to add me. You can message me if you have any questions. I mean, it's a public page pretty much at this point. You scared him. Come here. Why do you do that for? Why do you yell at you? Are you bad? Did you pee on the floor? Negative reinforcement in dogs, in my opinion, don't work. Cool, bro. Signing off from Argentina. See you, man. Awesome. I love international people watching my videos. I looked at the statistics, and there's like people watching from like Germany and a bunch of other places. It's insane. It's crazy to think about. The whole world is watching. Not the whole world, but people all across the globe are tuning in to watch my videos, even for a minute, because a lot of my view rates are kind of. What's cool with YouTube is you can actually see how long they watch your videos, and some videos do very well, and that actually helps. I like the statistics because then I can see where you guys are kind of like just watching to, and I'll be like, okay, well, they don't like that, so I'll get rid of that. Watch time goes up. William Johnson, is that you? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Hell yeah. I think that's you. Thing's sick. I like that yellow M3. Awesome. Yeah, added you back, man. I'll add you to that M54 boosted group 2. In case you want any more information. Invited if you feel like joining. Look at this dude. He looks scared. Say hi. This is not my dog. I have a dog. My dog's not here though. But I like dogs. What is that? Chowini. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. Thank you all for coming out. I'll wait like 5 minutes. I keep saying 10 minutes, but 5 minutes, and then if you guys have any extra questions, I'll answer them. If not, it's a gold painted 318. Really? No way. No way. You're joking. You're fucking with me, dude. You serious? That's a 318. In your like cover photo or whatever.
Go. Come on. Let's go.
Really? That's crazy. I can't find your account now for some reason. Facebook's it's been weird to navigate recently. There's no way to look at recent friends on your phone for some reason. Oh, recent. Here we go. William Johnson. No, wait, dude, that thing looks sick. Where do you live out by? They made 318? We didn't get any 318 E46s out here. I don't think at all. We got E36 318s, but I don't think we got a 318 at all, because we didn't get a E46 hatchback. Ireland. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I had a friend, and it sounds weird, but when I used to be super into gaming, I had a friend from Ireland. I think it was Northern Ireland. Um, we were really good friends from when I was like 8 years old to like 15. So it's a cool place. I've always wanted to come out there, but I know there's a lot of badass drifters out there. The E46 is fairly popular out there as well. No, that's a really good looking car. Is that newer M5 rim? They're the E60 M5 wheels, right? That's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong. Looks good. Yeah, it's got the non-M rear bumper, non-M quarters. Looks really good. I like it. Is that one of your friends? Probably. Think sick. Bumper fitment. That's rattle canned, huh? That looks good. Come rattle can my car, honestly. This kid called Naruto trash. Kane. It's one of my buddies. Naruto's good. Naruto's really good. Yeah. Also, if you want early updates, I always post stuff on Facebook too. You always get nice little pictures like this.
Ready? You ready?
Oh, and 2 people left. All right, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you, everybody. Humble Customs. Nice to meet you. Message me if you want. Thank you, everybody else that came out. If you come back and watch it, just won a M5 on a car raffle. No way. I'm lucky till I feel lucky until I hear about that kind of shit. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out. See y'all guys in the next one. See you, man. Oh.